pine tree has to do with you creating more oxygen. The pine tree creates oxygen. Your pineal can help you create more oxygen in your body if you're breathing correctly and you're doing these exercises during the season of lights. This is our time. It's your time. Be careful because the distraction in this time of the year is the strongest. The commercials is all about getting you to buy more stuff. But when are we going to look at buying into ourselves? They got you looking outside yourself for everything. It's an internal trip. It's an inner-verse trip. Why is it that Santa Claus has on this red outfit, which, by the way, is, you know, Coca-Cola red? And what's this reindeer thing? Do you have any idea what the reindeer is about and what their names mean? And why are they jumping so high? And what Rudolph is really about? Some of y'all know because you listened to the God Power last year, but I'm going to add on to that because the only thing I'm going to talk about this Saturday is going to be this stuff. And there's pieces that, you know, have come up in the last year about this because we're always doing more research. The reindeer piece is deep. This is the season to be jolly. This is the season. You know, he knows if you've been good or bad. So be good for goodness sake. Do you know what that's about? Do you know what it means? He knows that you've been sleeping. He knows if you're awake. Take he out. It knows if you've been good or bad. So be good for goodness sake. It's an oil that's listening to who you are, and it's taking that, it's compounding that, holding that thought, and it's going down, it hitting your nervous system, the Klaus, the Santa oil, the Klaus, the claustrum, your nerves, your DNA. Your DNA is programmed by your actions, by your thoughts, by the environment that you're creating. Our DNA is waiting for us to step into genius mode. Once we get to genius mode, the next mode after genius is what they call the city. The city is like a high-level vibrational place that's higher than the one you could think about. It's called a city with D's. But in order to get to the high city, you got to get back to the shadow. It's the shadow, the genius, then the city. They keep talking about the city of lights, the season of lights. It's the city. It's a very special place. It's all in your genes. It's all in your genes. You get to play. As you deal with the shadow, which is that other stuff that needs to be dealt with, right? Then you get to move out of the shadow. You come out of the water of emotions. You become the genius, which we all are. Everyone is the genius, and everyone has the power to generate. Then we begin to move out of the genius. If we stay there, right, and we keep giving ourselves the gifts, putting the right gifts under the tree, we move into the city. Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody's got to go through this. It's a process. It don't always feel good, and it's not always easy, y'all, but it's simple if you know the steps. What we're attempting to do with the God Power series and all these things that we're doing right now and that's coming to us is to give everybody the blueprint to get on board. But you got to be ready to step out of the mainstream. You got to watch what you're wearing. You're wearing your emotions. Your emotions becomes your habits. The nuns, they're wearing these clothes, they call them a habit. What you're wearing is your habit. The symbols and seals that you're wearing, the fabrics that you're wearing has to do with the fabric of time, space. Where you're going, where you're coming from, what you're focusing on. This is all extremely important. So if you're ready to ride, if you're ready to rise, if you're ready to let go, then come with us. This Saturday, elevationtime.com, elevationtime.com, elevationtime.com. Go to events at elevationtime.com and make sure that you check out this class that we're doing on Saturday, so I can get deeper into this and show you, right, how you can transcend all your stuff, or most of it. Not all of it. It's not going to be overnight, but put the oil and the gifts under the tree. Like I said, I'll be showing you these exercises, and these exercises are what you will do. I'll tell you when to do them, how to do them, so that you can transcend your current situation. Are you ready for that? Where you at, Brother Rich? I haven't seen Brother Rich all night. Where you at?
Right here, brother. I had it on mute. Let me put my yeah, man. Just been listening, Doc. Just been listening and soaking up the information. I appreciate you for this this talk tonight. I hope everybody signs up for your class on Saturday, Doc. I think that is very beneficial. And where do you think, where Dick Gregory got this formula from? Do you know?
Dick Gregory was involved in a lot of different let's call them sets. A lot of people don't know that Dick Gregory was he was made, I think he was a chief or a medicine man with one of the big Native American tribes. He was involved in a lot of things. He had oaths with a lot of different cultures.
Right.
And he learned a lot from a lot of people. He was always open to learn. You see, and he was picking up information. I think I spelled elevation wrong. Anyway, I think that he was connected with so many people and some beings that were off world that was dropping information. And now I find out there's a lot of people that know about this formula. A lot of people. But you get confused when you all of a sudden, you realize that this has got something to do with Good Friday. Why was the day so good if they killed some dude? How does that turn out to be good? There's a reason why it's good, because something's happening in the cosmos that is extremely good. And how is it that they say 3 days later, homeboy rose? Well, that would be Monday. Remember I tell you, 1 degree off and you miss it. 1 degree off, and all of a sudden you got Easter Sunday, and you need to do it on Sunday because it's got to do with commerce. What do the eggs have to do with anything? And the chocolate Easter bunny? This is all some deep stuff.
Right.
And the days are flipped around. When you think somebody was born and died, and dies and born, some people say when you die, you're born. And when you're born, you die. Depends on the culture. This is a celestial frequency in a sequence that has to do with something happening in the cosmos. When you learn it, it changes everything. Let me tell you another thing. A lot of people have been calling me or writing us emails and telling me about their mantras that they're doing. And they'll start with I allow, because, I started this whole I allow thing, which is now becoming a whole international thing. I allow. And they're starting their mantras with I allow. Then what they put in their mantras is disagreeable. I allow myself to no longer be sick and have cancer.
Damn, they still don't get it. Damn.
A lot of the mantras and things that we're saying are calling the thing to us because we're mentioning the problem.
Yeah.
If you can only mention the solution or your telos or what you would like, it becomes powerful. But in these holy days, from Good Friday to Esther Monday, estrus has to do with hormones of love and intimacy, right on into the 4th or the 3rd through the 9th of July, right? Right into the Lion's Gate, and swooping down into the October Fest, which is Halloween and all that is right in it. It's just all off, just a couple degrees, straight into the real Christmas, because Christ, crystal, it all has to do with a crystalline oil. It all has to do with the pineal being made of crystal, calcite crystals, which emit this energetic oil, this sacred oil. It's a very sacred, that's why they call it the sacred secretion. It has a scientific name. And for years and years and years, the scientists said it didn't do anything. The pineal doesn't really do anything. So we got some organs that just don't do nothing. We got organs that just don't play, no music. They're just instruments. No, they do something. It's just that the scientists cannot or will not or shall not tell everybody the real truth. You have to find it. Don't blame them. It's up to you to do the research. And research means you think you found something. You keep searching, research, and find out the combination to you. Everybody's don't say everybody always. And everybody, you know how everybody thinks, you know, as black people say and white people say, and you know, Asian people, we don't even know enough people to say that we know people. It's about you taking care of yourself, being truthful, being transparent, being ready to deal with the shadow, bringing on the genius. The genius knows without learning, moving into the city. Where is the city? It's a sacred high place that you just can't get there because you said you was high. And you said that you was a king, and you said you was a queen, and you're pumped up, and you're doing your ritual, and oh boy, I'm pumped up. Yeah, I'm high. Yeah, you high, all right. Some people just high on their ego. Because some of the most powerful people in the world are very quiet. They don't say much of anything. For many, many years, I wasn't saying as much as I'm saying now because they told me to shut up. You can't just be putting this stuff out there. It's a certain time. Timing is everything. Your time signature is everything. It's time to do magic. Can you do magic? A man seemed like he got a record that's pretty happening where they keep talking about you can do magic. I can do magic. Can you do magic? Can you become the Magi? You know, they say the Magi, the three wise men, brought Christ frankincense and myrrh. What did they just say? Did they just give you a key? The three wise men. Actually, it's the three stars of the Orion's belt. And they're giving gifts, and it's more of a feminine thing. They turn to masculine. Frankincense and myrrh. Do you know, metaphysically, spiritually, and even as an essential oil, what frankincense and myrrh do? We're going to talk about that on Saturday. Do you know why this is important? Do you know why the Catholic Church is coming through with that frankincense and myrrh? Walking with a certain walk. They be saying this stuff. You don't know what they saying in some Latin language. Oh, they doing some work. Wearing mushroom penis hats. It ain't no joke with them. This is some serious stuff. But what the public is hearing and seeing is not actually what's happening. You have to go into the esoterical side. There's a whole nother room. There's another level to this. It's like reading a sentence forward and reading it backwards. Certain sentences, when you read them backwards, what we call a language syntax, when you read them backwards, it's a whole thing. Because we're going to learn a language syntax, right? And this language syntax, when you read it backwards, it has a very poetic meaning backwards and forward. Because one side of your brain is reading information one way and the other side is reading the other way. All of this is the gifts that you're going to put in your oil. We would like to prepare everybody for the 33. That journey down the 33 vertebrae where the Christ cross is, where the crisscross is. And in the back of your neck, you got these nerves that cross together called the corpus, right? Corpus callosum. What's that got to do with it? Do you know about the corpus callosum? And why one side of your brain controls, the left side of your brain controls your right body, and the right side of your brain controls your left body? What's that all about? There's a Christ, a cross, Christ on the cross in the back of your neck. There's another one down in your pelvis. Wow. So we've been crisped out and crossed over, wearing symbols. We really don't, look at, all of us don't really look at those symbols until you get out of your mind and step out of yourself. It's a beautiful time. It's a time for you to renew your telomeres and let your body begin to tell yourself what's really going on, because there's a time clock. There's a natural time clock that's ticking in all of us, telling us that this is our time. It's elevation time, y'all.
I guess a lot of people came in. I see a lot of people in the chat asking where can they watch this webinar. It's on the screen, elevationtime.com.
Yes.
I also put the link in the chat. Yes. So yeah, definitely check out anybody who came in late, go to elevationtime.com.
Because you got the 7, the 1 plus 6 is 7. That's the 16th. Then the 10, right? Because it's actually 12. That's 12. Let me do the math before I give you all the wrong math.
Yeah.
The day is a 7 vibration. Let's add the whole thing up. All right. Let's see why so many things happen. We got 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3. It equals 17.
That's an 8.
It's an 8.
Damn, I'm an 8. I'm an 8, Doc. And I was born on the 17th, man.
Bro.
I was born on the 17th.
The 8. This is why you're so deep, because you're in between worlds.
Yeah.
You're building and destroying. You're living on the seam. You're in between dimensions. You have it all. This is why you can create infinity with the 8, because the 8 is theta. Theta or Hya is a bridge between two worlds. Can you see it? It's about being on the bridge. It's like, so you got yin and yang, right? One is black, one is white. But the most important part is the line in between, the seam, where those two come together. The seam of two things, being in balance and homeostasis, is the most beautiful place to be. To not be over here too much, to not be over there too much. Just be open and be clear and be focused. That's where we have to get. We gotta be, we're being forced to take a side all the time. Decide, man. You need to choose who you down with. Who you down with, bro. You need to make a choice. I do.
Doc, Doc, you hear me?
I hear you.
I want to do something, because this information is about, us showing you in real time. I like when we show in real time how this information works, because this shit is real. We're not on here just trying to entertain y'all or just to be on TV, YouTube, or something like that. Now, I'm watching the chat, right? So I'm looking at the chat because you're talking, so I don't have to ask questions. And I'm just watching the chat, seeing what's going on. Shout out to everybody. We got about 2,400 people in here right now. So, let me do this. So this individual, I noticed this individual had posted a little earlier. What are the people with no money supposed to do? How is one supposed to gain this info? Do we just get left out? Just asking. Then the individual, I said, should I bring this up? Or I'm tired of the people crying about money. I said, should I bring this up to Doc, or should I just leave it alone? Because it's about investing in yourself. At 18, I was investing in books and all types of stuff. So I'm at this point, I don't have sympathy if I was doing it at 17, 18, and I've invested in myself and what I value. So then this individual later on wrote another text in the chat. Then the individual wrote, Neek87 wrote, I allowed $33 to come into my life so I could get this information on Saturday. Neek, what I want to do, Neek, your vibration changed throughout the course of the video. If you have Cash App or whatever, I'm gonna pay for you. I'm a whatever the course is for the course, I'm gonna pay for it for you. And I'm not gonna. I want to give. I'm not gonna say Doctah B, just put it on there. I ain't got to pay Doctah B. I want to give Doctah B the money for you to be there. So Neek 87, I want you to email me, Neek. I watch your vibration change throughout the video, right? And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. That's progress. And that's a testament, and my email's on the screen. That's a testament of Dr. B's teaching. And that's a testament of you applying it in real life. Instead of asking, how do I get this for free? You're abundant. You have 75 trillion cells within you. You found a way when you didn't think you found a way by allowing. And I'm gonna get that for you. So I'm Dr. B. I'm gonna pay for this individual Neek to be at this course, this class on Saturday. Neek87, email me. My email's right on the screen, Neek. If you say Richard Merritt at Yahoo. And we do things like this periodically. I remember this sister when Dr. B was with the Q&A, and we gave this sister right here. Shout out to sister right here. We gave her a ticket to Blueprint for God Power 2. She was I guess she was a little stressed out. I forgot exactly what happened, but we ended up giving this sister a ticket. So we want to demonstrate in real time,